Well, as you can see, the pit lane are packing up, not just to go home after today's Grand Prix, but they're actually packing up for the month break that Formula One now gets to enjoy. But let's just go back and look at the main talking point from that Grand Prix. Michael Schumacher versus Rubens Barrichello at the end of the pit straight that we're standing next to.
Yeah, indeed. What we had was a situation here where Rubens got off the last corner into the slipstream of Michael. Michael defends, but the real critical thing here is he keeps pushing once Rubens is alongside him. Michael defends, Rubens goes, and then Michael keeps pushing, almost putting him in the pit wall and right across the pit lane exit. So very, very difficult conditions to put Rubens into. It
was the big talking point at the end of the Grand Prix. And let's now hear from Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello.
Yeah, it was the most dangerous thing that I've ever been through. And I'm sorry for that.
From my point of view, I was moving over to the inside and make it very obvious and clear to him, go on the other side, there's more space for you. He didn't choose to, so it got a bit tight.
There's not a rule for that, but we in between ourselves, amongst ourselves, you should just take a line, stick to a line, and that's it.
We know certain drivers have certain views, and then there's Rubens.
Just heard from the stewards that they've imposed a 10-place grid penalty on Michael for the next event, which is the Grand Prix in Spa in Belgium at the end of August. Your reaction to that?
Well, I think it's the only sensible thing they could do, because any penalty they applied here financially or otherwise wouldn't affect the fact that he didn't score any points. Giving him that 10 places in Spa, that will hurt him, because of course it immediately penalises his next Grand Prix weekend. It sends a clear message to the pit lane what driving standards are expected.
300 kilometres an hour at the end of the pit straight that we're standing next to at the moment. Martin made the point that young drivers look at the likes of Michael Schumacher to learn how they should be driving. Is that a harsh enough ban? Some of the pit lane wanted a single race ban for Michael.
Well, the stewards ultimately are the ones that lay down those penalties, and I'm sure there'll be many, many opinions. But what is clear, that was a step too far, and the stewards have spoken. And despite Michael's insistence that he was doing nothing wrong, he's got to take a long, hard look at it.
OK, let's get the reaction then of Ross Brawn.
Obviously, it looked pretty bad from outside the car. So I don't think Michael had any intent to force another driver to crash. It's not been... It wasn't the case, and obviously we're disappointed with the penalty. But some of the stewards saw it one way and other stewards saw it another way, so depending on the perspective you took in the car or outside the car.